Okay, today's video is a continuation of yesterday where we started solving literal equations for a variable. This first one was one that I think you guys can do yourself. So right off the bat, I'm going to ask you to try to do this problem on your own. And so pause the video and turn it back on after you've done it. So there were a couple of ways that you could do this. You want to get the c alone, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So what we can do is we can subtract 3r from both sides. And then we have p minus 3r is equal to negative c. Make sure you didn't drop that negative sign. So the c is not quite alone. You got to divide everything by -1. And so when you do that, you end up with negative p plus 3r equals positive c. Now another way that you could have done it, and some people did choose to do it, was instead of starting with subtracting the 3r, what they chose to do was add the c to both sides, and that way they get rid of that negative right away. So when you do it that way, you have p plus c is equal to 3r, and then you would subtract the p from both sides. And you end up with c equaling 3r minus p. So either one of those is fine. They're the same thing. They just negative p plus 3r is the same as 3r minus p. So whichever way you're more comfortable doing is fine. There isn't one that's right and one that's wrong. Okay, this next one is for your notes. So we're going to solve 2x plus 7y equals 14 for y. So y is the one that we want to get by itself. So first step is we will subtract 2x from both sides. And then I have 7y is equal to negative 2x plus 14. Okay, so I want you to get in the habit of putting the term with the x before the term with the number, because later on when we get into graphing lines, that's going to be the form that we want to have it in to be able to figure out how to graph the line. So that's why I did not write 14 minus 2x, but instead wrote negative 2x plus 14. Okay, and the y still isn't alone though, so I need to divide everything by 7. Okay, because whatever you do to one, you've got to do to all of them. And so then I get that y is equal to negative 2/7 x plus 2. So on your whiteboards, I also want you to solve for y. And this time we're going to have 3x plus 4y equals 16. So if you're at home, pause the video and do the problem on your own. Okay, so hopefully you started off by subtracting 3x from both sides. And then we have 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 16. Again, putting the x term before the number. And then I divide both sides, or everything, by 4. And so the final answer, y equals negative 3/4 x plus 4. Okay, I have another example for your notes. we've got m over x equals k minus 6, and we're going to solve for m. So m is being divided by x, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So if I multiply both sides by x, then my x's are going to cancel out, and the m is going to be left alone. So I've got x times k minus 6, or you can write it k minus 6 times x, it doesn't matter. But the next thing I would do then is distribute my x to both terms in the parentheses, and I get that m is equal to kx minus 6x. You can write xk or kx, either one is the same thing. I just tend to try to write them in alphabetical order to be consistent, and that way if there are like terms, it's more obvious if you've written them all the same way. But xk and kx, either way is acceptable. Alright, so on your whiteboards, we're going to solve for y. And we have y plus 7 all over x is equal to 2. Pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, so when you did that one, you should have multiplied both sides times x, which gave you y plus 7 was equal to 2x. And then you subtract 7 from both sides, and the final answer would be y equals 2x minus 7. Thank you for watching.